Hey guys, so today we're reacting to this video. Sorry, I'm just checking out if my family's still up. It's late here. We're reacting to the search of Smudger. So let's get started.
I've had many interesting adventures in my life.
Rubbish! I've had a larger impact on this railway than any of you. Yes, quite a negative impact if you ask me.
Sorry,
Just shut your face!
my dad got me some cheese.
Probably won't be in the book if you keep acting this way.
Exactly. Now, isn't it time you got your train ready, Peter Sam?
Oh, yes, of course, sir.
There were so many passengers
get some water
that
later
Peter
from
Sam
the
needed help from Sir Handel to pull his train. The coaches were stuffed, and they complained all the way.
Yes, I know, it's bedtime, I know.
Bedtime with God.
We're going to burst!
Settle here!
Our ears! At the last station, they met Bertram, who smiled so much that it was often creepy.
These coaches were complaining like heck.
I know they need kindness, but sometimes I just want to bump them off the rails if they don't behave.
Oh, my dear little Sir Handel, the only things you should bump are trucks, and even they need a little compassion. Empathy is always important, you know. Sure, they act out, but they could have come from bad yards, had difficult childhoods.
He's like, here he goes again.
Which could have forced them to embark on a life of perpetual mischief and crime.
Trucks need no compassion. They're careless and stupid
Thanks,
by
Doc.
nature. Idiotic morons are being jerks.
It can also be the engine pulling the trucks that is careless.
Oh, bird!
I remember there was a careless engine on our old line.
There were lots of careless engines, Peter Sam.
Hank.
Lots of them indeed.
But don't you remember? He was behind our shed. He was a very reckless engine, so they turned him into a barbecue or something like that.
Oh, you mean Splatter?
Splatter?
Grudger. No, wait. Scrooge.
Was something like
Scrooge!
that. I'll have to ask him.
I need a chicken burger. I don't know why I'm hungry.
If he was even there when this was closed down.
Yeah, I'm making a chicken burger while doing this. Don't judge me.
The day soon came when the Railway Society arrived. All the engines were smartened up for their photographs. Now this is how you take a photograph, boys.
Oh, Gordon being prideful as usual.
5 times the amount of
Well, admit I let pride get the better of me sometimes, and I'm not proud of it.
Inspiration! You failed miserably when you first arrived. But I overcame it and had one of the most successful rebuilds ever. Ha! The narrow gauge enthusiasts first went to the Col de Fel Railway, which was normally closed for the winter, but today the engines gave
There
a
we go.
private ride.
Now I can watch you guys while making
I don't see the point in all this. Why are we being exploited?
Sorry,
St.
guys.
Patrick
Sorry,
would be
I have
pleased
to look at
have his
some stuff in my
photo in a
story
book,
today.
wouldn't you, Eric? Quite so, Alaric, being the hot-haired one. Right, off we go. The Railway Society was very impressed. Mr. Bryan has certainly got a wonderful railway here. Indeed, he does. Anything else you'd like to know about us? Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm very curious about it. Is there an engine with the number 1 on this railway?
Ooh.
I saw numbers 2 through 8, but not a number 1.
Yeah.
What happened?
This is the good thing.
Oh,
I like mayonnaise
we
on my
did
chicken
have a
burgers.
number 1, but not long after the railway opened. He, had a terrible accident and was never repaired. Dear Lord, please tell me, Goldie.
What happened to him?
His name was Godred.
Oh,
named
that's
after the
right.
king.
I remember.
This probably made him extremely arrogant, and he was very reckless. One day, he was coming down the mountain too fast.
What
No one
happened?
was hurt, but he was severely damaged.
Ah,
The
no.
manager said that they had no money to mend
No.
him, so he was put at the back of the shed. There's a rumor that the manager used his parts to mend us, but our manager would never be that cruel. Instead, he was scrapped because he became a waste of space.
Oh, no.
Good Lord! that is tragic.
That is
Oh, well, I guess that is quite a terrible mistake we must never make. Exactly. Though I must say, I feel quite a bit of sorrow for the chap.
Good tidings, fine
My legs
engine.
are itchy.
Who might
Shut
you
up.
be?
I'm Neil. Have we met before?
I'm
Almost
Bertram, the old warrior, and I think we have met, actually, back in 1941 on the 13th
The music
of
just makes me
September.
tan.
How the hell do you remember that?
It was not long before the Mid-Sodor Railway closed. You came to Arlesborough Station one day, and I remember because you were a very unique-looking engine.
Yes, I did. You do have an unusually comprehensible memory, Barty?
Bertram, it's Bertram, my fine fellow. Anyway, I better be off. Nice meeting you again, Neil, the Sodor and Mainland Railways number 2.
Uniqueness or awkwardness? I can't decide. I find it so odd that he can remember how many blocks of coal he took on a specific day years ago, yet he doesn't remember how he got to this railway. The next day, the Railway Society arrived on a special train pulled by Stanley. Here we are! Grosvenor Gate, my friends!
They're here.
Look
Why does
sharp,
Stanley have a weird
everybody!
voice that makes him sound like an old man?
Men were soon all interviewing the engines.
I was called Stewart at first, but it sounded awkward, so I changed it when I came here.
I'm actually named after my builders, Rusty and Hornsby, not my orange color.
Fascinating! The
That is
men were
interesting to know
especially
about Rusty.
interested in Duke and his adventures. Duke had a sore throat, but was still willing to talk. What exactly did you do when you were in that shed for over 20 years?
Well, I spent most of the time when I
Ooh.
was awake. I talked to myself.
He doesn't sound great.
I was alone so long that I almost became 2 inches in the white mud, if you know what I mean.
It's a good thing they found you when they did. Indeed. I have a question, Duke.
Trooper.
We were looking through the records of
Trooper
all the
wants my
engines
food,
on
of
the
course.
Mid-Sodor Railway. We found out what happened to the engines, either where they were sent afterwards or if they were scrapped. But we came across one interesting engine
I was
who
praying before you.
apparently was turned into a generator. And the records never said what happened to him after the railway closed down. So he must still be there, or... Well, do you know what happened?
I assume you're talking about Smudger.
Smudger.
Yes, we are. Peter Sam. That was his name. Smudger.
Oh, yes, of course. Now I remember.
Well, I myself did not know what happened. Neither did our manager.
What do you mean?
See, one day Smudger was there, and when it was done, he just disappeared. We suspected that he had been scrapped, but the manager denied I never know much about it. Therefore, it was either stolen or simply moved. He may have just been moved somewhere.
The men all stared at Duke. You mean he just disappeared without a trace?
Pretty much.
When did this happen?
About 1926 or 27.
I see. Gentlemen, I'm very
He didn't disappear. He got turned into a generator.
fascinated by this. We will definitely add a section about this engine to our books.
You could go visit the Arlesdale Railway. That line runs on what used to be the Mid-Sodor Railway.
Really? We know about that railway. In fact, we were hoping to visit it. I guess we will be going there next. Nice talking to you, Duke. Hope your throat gets better. We'll be back tomorrow.
Goodbye, Mr. Bertram.
I do remember seeing him behind the shed. Then he just disappeared.
I'm glad we listened to Duke and didn't end up like him. Who'll be pulling the special train, sir? I have decided to give that job to Rex.
Well, missed opportunity here, people. You're totally missing out on my bodacious hunk of metal right here. Why Rex? Why not me?
Rex's work has been outstanding these past couple of weeks. You, on the other hand, may have developed a negative reputation after that incident at the watermill last week.
Of course
It was those blasted coaches' fault. They pushed me. The nerve of some people. They're all jealous. I'm hot. They're not. They just need to deal with it. Tweet it, folks. Hashtag Molten Mike.
Yeah, sure.
How does he know what Twitter is?
We'll be waiting to welcome them to
Twitter wasn't around in their time. How do they know what Twitter is?
our railway. I think they'll be creeped out by your simultaneous dialogue.
That's what makes us unique.
I think you'll be quite fascinated with the little engines at Arlesdale.
Yes, indeed.
No.
They're basically toy
That was
trains.
I remember riding on a toy-like train on the Ravenglass and Eskdale Railway in England. Well, as a matter of fact, these little engines are their brothers. Splendid. Take us away, Duck.
Do you know anything about this engine they're looking for?
Nope, never heard of it.
Again, he got turned into a generator. He's not that hard to
Bertram, I want
find.
you to work at the slate quarry today. There's important work that needs to be done there.
Yes, sir. Come on, driver. Let's go and push some trucks up the incline.
Well, I've certainly never seen the remains of a narrow gauge engine
Spend
here,
time with God.
unless you count
Bedtime.
Duke. Where exactly did you find Duke? No, we didn't exactly find him on our line. The line doesn't quite reach the old mid-Sodor sheds, so the men had to go on foot. Shall I drop you off at the road that leads you there? It's like a 5-minute walk. Yes, please.
Ah, the wonderful smell of slate. Isn't it great?
Oh, shut up. Here it is.
Oh,
The
shut
sheds of the Mid-Sodor Railway.
Again, he got turned into a freaking generator.
There's no engine here, Brackley. There may be one buried. I think we should ask if we could borrow some digging equipment. I found something, Charles. Looks like a piston of some sort. A piston? That might be something, John. Does it give any hint of who it was attached to? Nope. It's too rusty to tell even what color it was.
Come on, lads. Let's get you up the incline.
They called him a moron.
How many trucks is he pushing up?
Let's see. He's pushing up 10. That's way over the limit. Wait a minute. We've pushed too many trucks up. Oh, crap.
Don't fret, driver. I'm sure it'll be fine.
But it wasn't. The
Oh,
winch
no.
groaned from
Oh
the weight.
no. Oh no.
Bertram was too dopey to realize this. The trucks were almost at the top when the cable snapped. Bertram, look out!
Run.
Confusion. This is dreadfully smelly.
Okay, we're skipping that. How long does this go?
Dear Lord. What?
I do not tolerate swearing the Lord's name in vain on this. I do not tolerate it. I respect people's beliefs. Don't get me wrong, I respect it. But just with my beliefs, I do not like when people do that. Drives me nuts.
Happened?
You pushed too many trucks up the incline. They banged your head up pretty bad.
Here, let me help you back to the shed.
I'm
Sorry, guys.
very sorry, sir. I must have been too enthused to know what I was doing.
It's all right, Bertram. I'm just glad you're okay. Let's just say it's probably a good idea to obey the rules. Now, I better be going. You just get some rest.
Goodbye, sir.
Oh,
You know,
poor guy.
I had the same exact.
I see me and him being happy all the time. And the thing is, you get too excited, and then the next thing you know, you end up doing the job wrong. I've made this mistake.
thing happened to me. My funnel
Trooper,
was
hold on,
damaged,
go
and
to
that's
bed.
where I got my
Go to
new
bed,
one.
Trooper.
I'm actually feeling a lot better. Trust me. I had an accident way worse than this back in the day.
When was this? Please tell
Go to bed,
us.
Trooper.
It was the first time I came to the railway. Back in 1929, I think.
1929? Bertram, you came to the railway in 1998.
And
What?
do you mean first time? Have you been here before?
Why, yes. Scarloey and Rheneas, don't you remember?
No, we don't even know what you're talking about.
Wait a minute. No. It can't be.
What?
It just cannot be.
What?
What, Rheneas?
1929 is around the time when the privately owned engine arrived on the railway. You
The engine that, well...
Fell off the bridge? Rheneas, that was a tank engine. Unless... Hang on. He was brown just like Bertram, and he had a similar face. Bertram, are you saying that you were the tank engine who fell off the bridge?
Yes, of course. That's the accident I was referring to.
What?
The engines were all silent.
Wait, whoa, wait a minute, back up. That was him? How is he alive? I have questions. How is this guy alive?
You've been with us for 16 years now. How did you not once mention that?
I don't know. In fact, before the accident, I didn't even remember it. I must have developed a state of amnesia when I fell off the bridge, and then the blow from the trucks must have restored all of my lost memories.
Whoa.
Just tell us what happened on that night. We're all dying to find out.
Very well, then.
Yeah, what happened? Even I want to know.
I arrived on the Skarloey Railway back in 1927, but I was a different engine indeed. I was a little brown tank engine owned by the quarry. Back then, the slate quarry was privately owned, and I was the engine who worked there. Since I was always busy at the quarry, I hardly ever saw Skarloey and Rheneas. I remember thinking how marvelous they looked in their bright red coats.
Oh.
Yep.
It was October 15th,
James,
1929, I think.
The fact that James says, yep.
Bertram, I want you to take these slate cars to the transfer yards tonight. You can leave them here and pick them up in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Who knows, we may see the red engines again.
Splendid. And sure enough,
The red
I did
engines
see
again.
one of you. I think it
You
was
sure you weren't talking about James when you said that? Because James pacified. He's like, yep.
Rheneas. He whistled hello, but I was too shy to respond. It was very late when I arrived at the transfer
Hey, come on,
yards with
get
the
in bed.
trucks. A standard gauge engine was
Go
waiting to
to bed
collect the
soon,
slate.
buddy. I know it's late.
However, as soon as I set off, there was a snap and then a clang. My coupling rods had come loose,
You're
and they were
welcome,
dangling on the track.
Are you sure it's safe to proceed home? Of course it is. Who cares anyway? We'll be fine.
But we wouldn't. The driver and fireman had gone to a party the night before and had too much to drink. They were singing loudly until we reached the old iron bridge. And from what I recall, I believe it was Earth, Wind, and Fire September, but don't quote me on that. Actually, that hardly makes any sense because that hit the charts in 1978. Anyway, going over it with a dangling coupling rod was the act that ended the driver and fireman's lives.
No way.
We were about halfway across
Just check it
when
in
the
the
rods
again,
got
don't worry.
caught in the bridge. It swept us over the side, and we plunged into the swamps below.
Oh my goodness.
I regained consciousness at Croven's Gate Works, a completely different engine after being rebuilt. I was then shipped to the Mid-Sodor Railway.
But
Wow.
but how?
The men searched in the ravine, but never found an engine.
From what I was
Yeah.
told, some workmen snooping around found me in the swampy water about a day after I had fallen. They were from the Mid-Sodor Railway and took me to Croven's Gate. They needed a new engine, so I was to be rebuilt and sent to the Mid-Sodor line to work. But apparently, they forgot to tell the Skarloey Railway controller, and his workmen searched the day afterwards but only found the driver and fireman.
Did they survive? After falling about 300 feet? Doubtfully.
He's right. Both of them died instantly.
Oh no.
The workmen who found me didn't want to handle the dead bodies, so they left them there. But they were found the next day.
The engines were all silent.
Wow. I don't know what to say.
The mystery of the old iron bridge had finally been solved.
So that's it. It's been solved.
Skarloey smiled.
I'm just so glad that you survived. We
Me
can no longer be
too.
haunted by the case of the old iron bridge.
The engines all whistled in delight.
Aww. Hank, lie down.
They were relieved, especially Duncan, who could now cross the bridge without worrying about ghosts.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad. Actually explains a lot about the mystery, though. Hank, lie down. I don't care. I am not playing. Oh my goodness, my
Well,
cat.
we found out a fun fact today. What happened before you arrived on the Skarloey Railway? Like, where were you built?
I don't like to talk about it.
Why not?
Because I don't remember it. Yes, I don't remember where I was built or how I came from this railway. Now I think I better get back to the quarry.
Where are you going? You still need to recover, Bertram.
The fact he took off like that is saying he's hiding something.
What's he all steamed up about?
We just found out something very interesting about our old Bertram.
Hello, Rex.
Is
Did
nobody
they
gonna go
find
after
anything?
him?
We found a lot of rusty wheels and beat up slate cars.
Yes,
But
cat.
no
Oh my
engine.
goodness, my cat will
Were
not
they
let
looking
go
for
of
a
my hand.
specific engine? Yes, they were. A little green engine called Smudger, I think. Have you heard of him? No, I actually haven't.
What kind of controller would name an engine something like Smudger? What was a Smudger engine like?
According to Duke, he was very reckless and roguelike. He had at least 500 accidents or spills while on the Mid-Sodor Railway.
500?
And he became so dangerous that the manager turned him into a generator.
A generator? How awful.
That sounds a lot like Godred.
Godred? Do you mean the king? No, the engine from the Goldie Fell Railway.
Oh, I've heard of Godred. I think you've told me about him before. Just don't remember when you told me, that's all.
Well, it was Cody who I heard it from. Anyway, he was a reckless engine and never cared about safety. Then one day he was coming down yon mountain when he slipped and rolled down the mountain. Just like that. He was never repaired.
How tragic.
That's terrible.
You don't think that Godred and Smudger were the same?
The same engine? Rubbish!
Now, he did have a good theory, but I highly doubt that, Jock.
So, what's the final budget of Smudger?
I don't know. Nobody does.
That
For
makes
now,
no sense.
Smudger is a huge mystery.
So where is he? Won't he be on his old
Something
railway?
strange about the engine. Who knows what other secrets he has?
Grandpa, can I ask you something?
Why, yes, Falcon. What does he inquire?
Well, we were just curious, but could you tell us the whole tale of Smudger? Everyone's looking for him, and I'd like to know what happened.
Smudger? Oh, yes, that insolent little green goblin. Very well.
Green Goblin?
That engine arrived in the year 1897.
We have a new engine coming from Fletcher and Jennings. Please give him a warm welcome.
Smudger?
Yes, sir.
Smudger? I know the story.
time we got...
I know the story. Smudger didn't care about safety, and he
engine?
got turned into a generator. Do we really need to? Okay.
Hello, you must be the new engine.
Yes, Hank,
I'm
lie
Albert.
down.
And my name is Crimson. You know, like the color, isn't it obvious?
They call me Smudger. You must be Duke. Ah, yes, I know all about you. Named after the Duke of Sodor. Such a big honor. Can I call you Dukey?
Dookie? My grace would have proved.
Very well then, Brown Buster. Now where's my work? Come on, I've already been too bored today.
Quite an eager sort, isn't he?
That's the trait of a really useful engine. I was never more wrong in my entire life. It was very bouncy and became extremely reckless.
Oh!
Fiddlesticks!
Jesus Christ, are you riding drunk or something?
Swag.
Was turning off the
That's what I've
generator,
got.
though, really necessary?
Swag isn't welcome here, rail gangster.
Come on, chill, Dookie. I ain't causing no harm.
Called it. I knew that was gonna happen.
I remember one incident in particular. He had derailed like usual.
Listen, Dookie, who worries about a few spills?
We do here, Mr. Rotten Rider.
Rotten Rider? Come on, Dookie, chill, man.
I am not ice cream. I do not simply chill. Get your act together, youngster, or there will be severe consequences.
Ah, you know what you are, Grandpa Puffer? You're nothing but a stinking old...
I will now repeat what he called me that day, as this must remain PG. That is it. I with you, Smudger. Be as reckless as you like. And don't come crying to me when the manager puts you right.
Whatever he said
Sure
really
enough,
pissed him off.
one day, I came back to the station where I saw Smudger with swarms of angry people. I think I might have seen police among them. What happened?
I don't know, Duke. But good lord, this commotion seems as if someone's been murdered.
The next day, I came into the shed as the manager was finishing up a conversation with Smudger.
We will make you useful at last.
Smudger stopped laughing then. And in the spring of 1902, Smudger was turned into a generator and put at the back of the shed.
I remember he was there for a few years, then just disappeared one day.
Where did he go?
I wonder what happened to the little fellow.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, I just got very nervous all of a sudden. My head's not been quite right, if you know what I mean.
We were talking about that engine the Railway Society's looking for.
Oh, really? What's this engine's name?
You probably don't know him. His name was Smudger. Bertram's face suddenly fell, and he started sweating.
Smudger, eh? You mean that green engine who was extremely reckless and was turned into a generator?
Yes, exactly!
Wait a minute. How do you know about him?
I remember seeing him as a generator on the Mid-Soto Railway.
Bertram, you arrived over 20 years after Smudger disappeared.
Exactly, Bertram.
Bertram, is everything alright?
Yes, I'm fine. Just,
You're not fine. You're shaking violently. Have you got a secret too?
Calm down, Duke. He just had a traumatic accident.
Come on, spit it out, boy.
You're acting very odd, Duke.
I said spit it out, Bertram! Or is that what I should call you?
yes, that's my name. And there's nothing to, spit out, Dookie.
Leave him alone, Duke.
Just a minute!
Wait a minute, Dookie? No! Is that Smudger?
What did you just call me?
Leave him alone.
Quiet, Stewart! I think we finally solved the mystery of the disappearance of Smudger. What the hell are you talking about?
Smudger!
With us! He's always been! He's right there!
Rubbish, Duke. Just rubbish. How is that physically possible?
No, it's true. I was rebuilt into that brown tank engine on the Skarloey Railway. I wasn't taken legally, though. In other words, I was stolen by some workmen and given to the quarry company on the Skarloey Railway.
Sorry, guys, I got
Of
this.
course! That couldn't make more sense. You lost your memory, so that's why we've never heard about it.
I don't believe it. They saved you, but not me? You, who are a complete abomination? You, who are rude, foul-mouthed little green gangster? You do not deserve to be saved. You have no right to
What the heck?
I'm sorry. I've changed now.
It makes no difference.
Stop bullying him, Grandpa.
Yeah!
He's changed now.
He's right. I have changed.
What you called me on that day never left me.
I'm so sorry, Duke.
I spent decades in this shed while you puffed happily around up to your wretched mischief.
That's enough, Duke.
I agree, Duke, stop!
Bertram?
Oh, no, you don't. I'm not finished with you.
No one chases engines on this line.
Okay, I'm saying Duke is getting, like, this is ridiculous! Oh my goodness! Like, this is crazy! Duke has gone mad! Oh my goodness!
on earth are you doing?
No.
Oh, I see. Coward! Do you honestly think taking your own life will solve anything?
That's funny. A little while ago, you said he had no right to live.
Stay out of this!
No, we won't.
I said stay.
Duke of Soda, if you lay one buffer on Bertram, you will be disgraced forever.
Whoa.
Duke was the oldest, and was named after his grace, the Duke of Soda. That would never suit his grace, but they got very tired of hearing all about his grace, his grace, his grace, his grace.
Grace. His grace. His grace would not approve of my behavior.
Help! The bridge is going to collapse.
Oh no.
Don't worry, my dear Duke. We'll get you to safety.
Smudger would not have done that.
He really has changed.
Smudger would not rescue Skull from the gunpowder thieves. But Smudger was only careless. He wasn't malicious. He was just an idiot.
Do you want to know why I was so reckless? My driver and fireman were alcoholics. Back then, they would always blame everything on the engine. Since I was with them every day, their behavior gave me a negative influence. The reason I was turned into a generator was because one day, my driver accidentally pulled the regulator too soon, and I ran over and killed a passenger.
So it was never Smudger's fault.
They found out it was my crew, and that they were at fault, and they were handled accordingly. But people refused to go on the railway if I still ran on it.
What?
They wanted me to be destroyed, but the manager had sympathy for me. So he decided to just make me useful in another way. He never told you the truth because he was afraid to damage the railway's reputation.
Don't worry, guys.
The
I'm
driver is an engine's biggest influence. Why didn't you tell anyone they were alcoholics?
Because I was afraid. They said I would be sorry if I did. I should have told someone, though, because the abuse that I experienced ruined my life. I felt so guilty afterwards, even when I was rebuilt.
So technically they abused their engine! Like, that is just not okay! Like, oh my goodness, can we... What? Like, I'm sorry, can we just fathom, like... What? I can't even.
To that brown tank engine. I've never told anyone this, but as often as I've crossed over this bridge, I thought about what it'd be like to fall off it and disappear.
Oh no.
Good lord. Did you purposely try to fall off of it that night?
That night?
So he
No.
tried to.
I just got caught on it. A very bad coincidence.
You mean you thought about committing suicide?
No, I can't. It's... Oh my goodness. Had I known this was going to mention that, I'm going to have to put a warning in my description because I did not know this was going to talk about that. I had no idea. Had I known, Guys, anyone who's watching this who's ever thought of that, please know it's not the answer. Like Smudger here, it was not the answer and he got a better life because of it. Oh, guys, please know that Jesus loves you, God loves you, and your friends and family love you. And no, this is not the answer. Please understand that. Oh, Smudger. Oh, Smudger. This might be my new favorite video. Duke. Oh, he's crying. He's crying.
Look at you now, and I don't see Smudger. I never did. I was just so shocked, and I don't know what came over me.
I was an extremely reckless and rude engine. I understand why.
But that was it. You were just a huge jerk, not a murderer or criminal.
Yeah.
And I remember when you first arrived, you were just a bouncy little engine who was eager to work. That is the quality of a really useful engine. And now you act exactly like you did when you first arrived at the Mid-Sur Railway. Always striving for perfection in your jobs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for calling you that hideous insult.
That was over 100 years ago. I think I can let it slide. I'm sorry about the way I acted. You have so much to live for, Smudger.
Please, don't call me that anymore. Smudger is gone. Smudger got his punishment. I am Bertram, the old warrior.
Guess we better go tell Brackley the truth.
Yes, but let's wait a little while.
With all these mysteries having the most unexpected answers, I now think my whole life is a lie. But at least you've got a whole lot to write in your book.
Oh, come
Yes,
on.
indeed.
Tell him.
Why do they call him the old warrior? Because he was the founder of basketball. Really? No, I actually have no idea why.
Good, no, I actually have no idea why.
The sun began to set. Christmas was coming very soon.
Come on, tell him.
Also, two big mysteries have been solved.
I know it's early, but Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, Dookie. I mean, Merry Christmas, Your Grace.
Your Grace? I don't think I deserve that amount of honor. Merry Christmas, Bertram. I'm glad to have you on this road.
That was awesome. Oh my goodness. So Bertram was Smudger the whole time. Wow. Oh, it can't be over. No. I kind of wanted to see if they told him. Oh, that was a great video. Thank you, Green Ninja Lloyd. That was awesome. Thank you guys for watching this video. This is KBear101 signing out. Adios, everybody.